everyone. Welcome back to episode 21 of our Coordinator Climb series here on Football Coach College Dynasty. Where last we left off, we completed the 2033 season, our second season ever as head coach. We went 6-7 with a bowl game victory over Western Kentucky. Whether or not we deserved to be in a bowl game with a 5-7 record, I will leave up to you all. Me, selfishly, I'm just happy to get another win, a bowl win, and complete a player promise all in one fell swoop. All right, so the business of the day. We received a few head coaching offers in the carousel, none that were all that interesting. We will have a new offensive coordinator for next season. We have Dennis Potter, formerly of Ball State, then FIU, where last season they went 9-5, won Conference USA, only to be eviscerated by 30 points to Mizzou. So little little bit of some good play there, but I like the new offensive coordinator a lot. In terms of his badges, he has two of my favorite badges in the whole game, which is offensive lineman get +2 pass blocking in games, and O-line recruiter. Recruiting pitches to O-line yield 50 extra points. And the reason I like that is if you think about it, let's say you start doing pitches to a player during the preseason and he commits, week 8, or week 10. That means you've done about 12 or so pitches to someone and an extra 500 points. That's 600 points extra. That could very well make the difference between signing a really good O lineman and missing out on him. He does have also one of the more useless badges in the game, which is blocker recruiter. Recruiting pitches to players with blocker archetype yield 100 extra points. If you're wondering what the blocker archetype is, it is to my tight end. However, none of my tight ends have blocker because I'm in an air raid offense. I do not care if they can pass block or not. And that brought us to the transfer portal. No real impact players from last season have left us in the transfer portal. We did lose our backup and then, admittedly, third string quarterback in Guillermo Small, who I looked, and currently the schools interested in are Memphis, Tennessee, and Alabama. So, yeah. He doesn't have great potential, so I'm a little worried about his chances for offseason gain, but you never know. It looks like he's going to get playing time in Memphis, which should be really good for him. Hopefully, Memphis is able to get it, and who knows? Maybe I'll schedule Memphis in and out of conference, and we can just go up against our former QB. Actually, sounds kind of fun. Somebody write that down. All right, so let's talk about our team. So, at the moment, I think the big question going into the transfer portal was, what are we going to do at quarterback? Right now, we have two quarterbacks on our roster that saw playing time last year. Aaron Christian was our starter going into the season. He played the first 10 games. I benched him for the last 3. And overall, I would say he did okay. 60% completion, little low, 2,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, 2 picks. He did have 3 rushing touchdowns and did have essentially 200 yards rushing. 130 of that was wiped out by sacks. He had a QBR of 114. I think he was okay. If you look at his attributes, there's nothing really that you're going to say, okay, we can win with this. 86 IQ is nice, sure, but if he's inaccurate and he's getting sacked a bunch, Who cares at that point? Doesn't have much of an arm. Accuracy, like I said, is a little shakier. But there is a real world where he is our starter going into next season. Behind him is redshirt freshman who's going to be redshirt sophomore, Alejandro Finney. So when I recruited Finney, I famously wrote him a check, or no, excuse me, when the AI did this, when the AI recruited Finney, they offered him $1.2 million. And I looked at his profile as a recruit, and I came to the conclusion we were screwed because his accuracy was bad, his IQ was barely better. He had no speed whatsoever, no ball carrier vision. He's never going to be a running guy. And then in his first offseason game period, he got a boost to A plus potential. And while his arm strength didn't change, his accuracy and IQ both did. Then the past offseason, the reverse was true. His arm strength exploded all the way up to an 82. Potential got worse. Accuracy and IQ barely improved. So I wanted to give him some reps, and he got 3 starts. A win against Kentucky, where he did not play well, had multiple turnovers. A loss to Tennessee, where he completed less than 50% of his passes and had a pick. But then he crushed Western Kentucky, 21 of 29, 224 yards, 3 touchdowns also. So the thing with Finney is, just by the nature of how this will probably work, if he doesn't play next year, he might even threaten to transfer. Do I want to throw my hat in the ring of a guy that's 71 overall? I don't know. And so that brought me to the transfer portal. And as I demonstrated at the end of last video, we literally cannot afford a quarterback. A lot of the quarterbacks that were above Finney or Christian's level would have cost me 3.5, $5 million. We literally can't afford that. I have $6 million right now out to transfer guys. I can't afford to have more than half of that be to one single player. So we're not going after a quarterback. I do, though, want to highlight this fascinating profile of Michigan quarterback Matthew Weathers. He was a redshirt freshman from Michigan. He has the most fascinating profile I've ever seen. He has 96 evasion, okay, 77 speed. Then if you look at his ball skills, 74 ball security, 79 catching. And then his passing ability, 84 arm strength, that'll play, 79 IQ, I'll take it. An accuracy of 60. Unfortunately, on this screen, I can't see like where his ratings are. If you click here, you can. Essentially, he's an athlete that has the exact same overall at QB, running back, and wide receiver. Like, that's just hilariously fascinating to me. So Matthew Weathers has a hilarious profile. I hope he goes to a team that will play him. Right now, it looks like Kansas and Iowa State are the most interested, but playing time for them is minimal. So we'll see if he goes somewhere and plays. I imagine he'll have a pretty fun career. So going into the transfer portal, we have 9 open scholarship spots. Currently, 2 recruits were unsigned during the commitment period. Linebacker Miles Bryan. Let's go Burn. I'll figure it out. A minus potential 4-star hidden gem linebacker. Physically, he needs all the help he can get, but defensive ratings pretty good. Mid 70s and all the skills that matter. If he were a little bigger, I'd consider moving him to defensive line since his strength is a 67 compared to a 61 speed. But he's 237 pounds. Unless he hits the gym, he's staying at linebacker. And it just looks like really solid. I am also paying him $1.25 million. So let me tell you, after this guy redshirts year 1, he is going to play for 4 straight years, whether he likes it or not. And then running back Philip Brinkley, Felipe, if you will, from Georgia, sweet Georgia. He is a either he's a receiving back that can't really catch, or he is a speedy back with not a lot of speed. Very raw, but a potential. He's obviously going to redshirt. Probably not going to play his redshirt freshman year either. So that's going to be 3 offseason gains at a potential where he can develop into something. So I assume I'm going to get both of these men. We're currently 800 ahead of Duke for Miles's signature. We'll see if Duke wants to offer more money to catch them. So that leaves 7 scholarship spots open for transfers. Let's run through the list. Our 2 biggest needs on our team are running back, offensive line. Clayton Harmon is the running back that I've chosen to be our savior from Illinois, both state and university. Played at Iowa as a freshman, did pretty well as a redshirt freshman, almost 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3.8 yards a carry. Went to Illinois, got more carries, got more yards. Touchdowns were down by 1, yards per carry was worse. He also fumbled. However, interestingly enough, he was targeted 10 times and had 10 catches. It's a 100% catch rate. That'll do. I like him a lot. I think his 102 ball carrier vision is lovely. He has a potential, so hopefully the ball security gets fixed soon. And he would automatically be our number 1 running back. He would be our cowbell, 3-down back. Put him everywhere, let him run. I like him a lot. Hopefully he signs. In terms of interest, 91 interest for Notre Dame, 89 for Northwestern. So we're third in interest. Depending on, if slash when Notre Dame and Northwestern offer money, we might lose Harmon, but he is my number 1 get. He's a guy I like a lot. I'm paying him currently $1 million in cash to get his signature. Then we have offensive lineman Riley Gray, who is a redshirt junior, played 3 years at Boise State, did pretty well, 7 sacks allowed last year. That number's a little high, but very well-rounded offensive lineman. His potential is bad. It's a D plus. So what I see is probably what I'm going to get. However, as a 4th, maybe 3rd O lineman with us, I could do a lot worse. However, he is 94 interest in Washington, 88 in Oregon. So we'll see how that plays. And then linebacker Wyatt Shepard, redshirt sophomore from Michigan, barely played, made 4 appearances, 2 tackles, 1 pressure, 1 catch allowed in his career. I really like Wyatt Shepard. I'm tempted to move him to D-line, but we have much better depth and starters in my D-line. So I think I'm going to keep him at linebacker. Really good block shed, solid tackling, good IQ, B plus potential. 2 years, Wyatt Shepard, I think he could probably become our top probably 2 linebacker next season, depending on how things land. Safety, Adrian Carrera. It's obvious why I want him. He has 100-man coverage and 86 zone coverage. Carrera played safety at Georgia. I am planning on moving him to corner to help out there. He is a freshman. He has really good potential. I think at corner, you'd like the pursuit to be higher, maybe the IQ, but great coverage ability. I like him. Pretty big for a corner, 224, but he could do the job. And now begins the 2 tight ends. So first is Garrett Miles, who I'm going to move to offensive line. He has 74 strength, 81 1 block, 73 pass block. He is a freshman, so didn't play at Florida State. I hope he gets bigger in the weight room, and then that strength explodes, and then the blocking will fix itself. I don't really want to put a 61 speed tight end as my top tight end. Much rather him at O-line. Speaking of slow tight ends, Peyton Porter. He is a solid tight end. He sat for 3 years at New Mexico. I think it says something that he didn't get any playing time there. But he has 80 catching. His blocking skills are 67 speed. He's all I need in a tight end. My tight ends average like 15 catches and 200 yards a season. I think he can get me that. He's got the catching, B potential. He'll do. And then finally, Benjamin Schuler, linebacker out of UTEP, who did not play there 2 years. Just A minus potential, redshirt freshman, linebacker transfer, good tackler already, might become good in coverage, jack of all trades, master of absolutely nothing. But, good high potential stash. He has 24 interest in me. So we'll see how that plays. Unfortunately, he really values playing time, but he is 65 overall. So I don't know how to break the news to the guy. But that's my list. I think we should be able to get everyone. Harmon and Gray will be a fight. After offering the minimum value in everyone in NIL, I have 410,000 left over, which is not a lot. So I think depending on how these races look, I might look for another O-line or running back option. So without further ado, let's save in advance. That only took about 15 minutes. Let's see how we're looking. Okay. We're ahead on both. Northwestern offered a scholarship. Washington hasn't even offered a scholarship yet for Gray. Looks like we're pretty far ahead on everyone else, which is good. Duke is kind of pushing for Miles, but not really. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to get everyone from Shepherd down. Harmon and Gray will be the fights. Let me just do the best pitch I can to both of those men. Yeah. In terms of valuing NIL, Harmon is somewhat, Gray is also somewhat. So throwing more money at them doesn't do me a whole lot of good. Let's pivot on, or not pivot, but hedge. I think Gray is the one I think I'm going to lose because Washington hasn't even scholarshiped him yet. I think Harmon we might be able to keep. But just in case, let's look at running backs that are really, really interested in coming to my school. Kyler Curry he was a JUCO who technically redshirted his first year at LSU. He had 7 carries for 81 yards and a touchdown. Pretty good ball skills, no speed or strength though, which is a little worrisome. And then Harmon is second in terms of interest. Tristan Williams is really good, but I'm already 700 behind. And part of this is money. Like, for example, if I wanted to go for Curry, the NIL minimum for him is 766,000, which I wouldn't be able to hit. And so I would take the penalty on him. Maybe look, because there's no point in looking at like average or high potential running backs because I have that. What I need is a top running back. So in terms of O lineman, Ian Reese, I'm too far behind. Let me look at this. So yeah, Riley Gray obviously is number 1. Let's say minimum overall of like, let's call it 75. Yeah, and even then, I'm 900 points behind on Holden. who would want 650 or 675. Yeah. Yeah. Realistically, we can't pivot the way we want. So I think at that point, I'm just going to do the best pitches I can for everyone and then advance the week and essentially throw 400,000 at either Harmon or Gray and see what sticks. Let's advance one. Oh boy. So Northwestern offered $1 million. They're now 10 behind. And remember, the interest in Northwestern is higher than me. Notre Dame is also chasing. Washington offered a scholarship, but they've not done money. Okay. Fresno State gave chase for Wyatt Shepherd, but I think he's mine. Similarly with Carrera against Memphis, and then yeah, everyone else is a lock no matter what. I doubt Tulsa has a bucket of money to give Schuler. Maybe they do, but I doubt it. So right now we are we're a little less than 600 ahead on Washington. If I offer all the money I got, that only gets me 130 more points. Gets me 112 with Harmon. I think I would rather give the money to Harmon because that gets me 538, which should be better than Northwestern's best pitch. I wish something I could do is hover over this number and see like how much of that was the 1.1 NIL and how much of it was their good pitch. But alas, I cannot see that. Let me do two quick things. One, check on Guillermo Small. Oh, whoops. Small. Yeah, looks like Memphis. All right, looks like Small is going to Memphis. Good for him. They don't even have to offer him NIL because they're so far ahead. I hope he plays in Memphis. That'll be nice. Okay, so let's operate under the assumption that we're only going to get one of Harmon or Gray and we're going to have one scholarship spot open. Let me. Are there any transfers that somehow I would be so far ahead on? Order I'm looking at. No, they all have scholarships. All right, let's look at high school and recruits of anyone. High school recruits, 2-star that I could just get if I wanted. First, let me scout these top guys. Eh. Joe Richardson, JUCO. I know nothing about him other than he can't catch. He's not very speedy. But as a depth option, so be it. Are there any guys I know that have A potential? No. Okay. So yeah, in that case, I'll just offer a scholarship to Joe Richardson, JUCO, wide receiver out of Georgia. And if, we miss out on one of them, I get him. If we get everyone here, then I don't get Richardson. So that's fine. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. So Washington has to do better than a 564 pitch to beat me. which isn't nothing. They have not offered NIL, but he doesn't care that much about NIL. Harmon, Northwestern has to do essentially a 550 pitch. So we'll see. We'll see how that entails. I have offered all the NIL money I have. So all I can do now is advance to signing day. And we will see who we get. All right, I'll save those two for last to build up suspense. I assume we get everyone else on this list. Ooh, Tulsa got it to 200 for Schuler. So they came in a little close. All right, so here we go. Clayton Harmon. Do we get the running back from Illinois? Yes, we do. Northwestern couldn't make up the difference. We get Harmon. Number one running back is secured. Now, do we get the offensive lineman from Oregon? Oh, Washington offered him $1 million and got him by 3 points. Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah. And that means because I got 112. Had I offered Gray the last 400,000 instead of Harmon, I get them both. But I offered Harmon instead. Anyone with a time machine want to travel back like 6 minutes and let me know in the chat, please? I'd appreciate it. Oregon also was only 47 away. So Gray had a very intense run in. All right. So we get Harmon. We don't get Gray. That means that Garrett Miles is definitely moving to O-line. That also means that I do get Joe Richardson, the JUCO wide receiver who is not very good. All right. Well, that hurts. So here's our recruiting class: 7 4 stars, 11 3, 7 2, which means our recruiting ranking is going to be abysmal. Yeah, 72, because we had 6 2 stars. Yeah. We do get 4 4 stars, though, which is really good. Let's just look at the SEC. So we're bottom of the SEC, obviously. We have 6 2 stars. However, in terms of 4 stars, obviously the big SEC teams kick us there, but we're tied with Tennessee. We have more 4 stars than Mizzou, Texas, and LSU. I'll take that. Florida having 11 transfers is crazy. Anyone have more than 11? Just on a quick scroll through. So USF has 10. Fresno has 10. Looks like that's it. San Jose State has 11. Middle Tennessee, worst class. All right. Let us save in advance to school updates, and our prestige is up to a 4. Hosanna, the highest. Our school level decreased by 3. Neat. So NIL now we have 9 million, which we like. We have to spend a decent amount in coaching because we need to pay the offensive coordinator $1 million, or his school rather, FIU, to come here. All right, so that gives me 33 million left. Stadium, to get it to 7 is a third of my money. Facilities, I'm fine with being at 8 for 1 year. College life is like, 500,000 to get it back to 10. Marketing, I would like to get to 7. Academics. I really care that much about academics being at 12. Not really. I think I would rather put all the money into facilities. So essentially nothing drops a level. Stadium goes up by 7. We have much more in NIL money. I think that is the good move there. In terms of earnings, we got 1 out of 3 donor goals. We got 1 gold. We missed the diamond and 2nd gold. Um, we got 1.5 for winning a bowl game, and then 18.75 TV money. We got $1 million to destroy Jacksonville State, and we got $2 million to beat Tulane. Not too shabby. All right, let's advance to booster updates and hope none of the old donors died. I'm not looking forward to this. Hey, we got new gold. Yay, Colton Snell's returned. Okay, so both of the inactive gold donors from when Vandy sucked have returned. Very good. All right. Realignment. I'm not touching anything. We are staying in the Hell division with Bama, Auburn, and A&M. Schedule. Okay. So Jacksonville State, Tulane are my two remaining contracts. Boston College being 5 prestige is insane. Um, I think here's what I want. I want someone different in week 4. I don't want to play Jacksonville State. 1 home for 2 away is crazy. Like, in all honesty, a single away might be the move. Like, if we play Washington and get $2.5 million, because I think this is the year where we can go a little aggressive in one of the out of conference games. And I don't need 8 home games. Like, that's insane. So then Jacksonville State will just wait a year to pay it out. Tulane, I would like to face again. I think that was a pretty good game last time. I'll take them on. Washington will probably destroy us, but so be it. Boston College, though. Hmm. I kind of want an away game week 1, which is why I'm thinking of changing it. I think ACC is fine. I think I'd rather like a Pitt. Gets us a million because this gets us 3.5 million. I think would be worth it. The fact that Michigan only wants us to only paying me 2 million to come to their house, to the big house, is hilarious. We could play our old friends Louisiana Tech. Oh wait, no, I said Memphis. Where's Memphis? Oh, they don't have any availability. No. To be fair, I don't even know if they're gonna. Could Memphis do week 9? Oh my God, they're 2 prestige. They're so low. Hmm. I don't know if it's worth losing 2 million. Maybe I'll wait a year. I might wait a year. Or do I? Because right now, hmm. This gives me home games against Mississippi State, Texas, and Bama before the bye. After the bye, Auburn, Georgia, Tennessee, which I think is fine. Tulane, we should win. Pitt will be a fight, but I think we're the better team. Washington is very, very good. They might just destroy us. Would they do week one, Memphis? I'm stunned that Memphis has fallen to two. Prestige. No, they can't do week one. Week four. They could do week four. Let's do it. We're going to lose money in scheduling this year, but I'm a little okay with that. I don't love it, but I'm okay with it. And this gets us a chance to maybe see Guillermo Small. Because, yeah, they have a young freshman QB, but their other guy just graduated. How are they two? Yeah, this is crazy. They start at five, had a couple bad years, dropped to four, dropped to three immediately, dropped to two. Then they start climbing back up, 8-5, win a bowl game, then 2-10, 2-10, 3-9. My God. How was I never offered this job? Yeah, I think that's fine. We get 1 million from Pitt. We lose 2 million to get Memphis. I'll take it. All right. Let us advance to 2034 in our third year as Vandy head coach. Do 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 do. Yes, yes, yes. My frames, my frames, my frames. I really should look into just lowering the bitrate and FPS solely for when I advance, like here and then off season stuff. Okay. So in terms of positional changes, Garrett Miles is moving to O line. And I know he's going to be buried down the depth chart a little bit. I'm okay with that. I think our O line looks a little worse now since we didn't get any transfers in. But hey, Alan Murphy wanted to play. Guess what? He's going to play. Defensively, okay, let's have a good, hard, long look at this. So Jaden Wallace is safety one. I don't need Carrera at safety, so he is going to switch to corner, where right now he is our number two corner. And I also want him at corner because Banks is a senior, Rainey's a senior, Boykin's a senior, and I have a lot of redshirt freshmen in a dream. So I think we get Carrera in there. I like our safety or like our corner group now. Becker, Beasley, Friend can all redshirt pretty safely. I do have a pretty big safety group. That is another thing. Like Montiel should really be a corner, but like, will he ever play there? I think is. I mean, he'll never play at safety, so I might as well move him. So yeah, so our top three corners again: Wallace, Long, Nash. That doesn't change. Any line? Let's see. D line. D line. I don't really want to move anyone because my 1 through 6 is locked in. I got decent depth. Riddle, Russo. Yeah, so I think it's a question of. I don't think I want to move Kaplan to linebacker, do I? Not really. I mean, Wood, Hughes, Shepard are my top three. Alston did well last year. Hoffman, I redshirted, and he's just pretty good. I'd move Hoffman to D line where I think his strength is better suited, but he would just be fighting with Riddle and Rousseau. I don't think that's worth it. I think, you know what? I'm just going to roll with it with my young linebacker group and hope for the best. I think that's really just where I'm at mentally. Hudson Weber is a 66 overall wide receiver, so I think I'm just going to move him to wide receiver. Might as well. All right, but yeah, hold on. You're a what rated corner? Oh yeah, he's good in coverage. That's funny. Okay, so now looking at this, we're going to advance to off-season games. This is not hyperbolic. The outlook on our season, I think, gets determined by if Alejandro Finney gets a good off-season game. If he doesn't, then it might be Aaron Christian for another season. If he does, we could have something interesting here. So everyone, grab what other Lucky Charms you have. Here we go. I really am worried because that's what we talked about last season when we were struggling offensively. Outside of the worst running back room in the history of the world, like Christian couldn't elevate the team to another level. I don't have much confidence in him doing it this year unless he gets a big offseason gain. Then we're in business. But we'll see. Fingers crossed, everybody. Fingers crossed. Yes, yes, yes. My frames, my frames. This really is a very long week period. Holy. So I don't think Alan Murphy is going to struggle for the playing time he wants. Good God. That'll do. That'll do. All right, moment of truth, folks. Everybody, prepare yourself. Quarterback. So, Christian, his potential got better. His arm strength and IQ did not change. +4 to accuracy, which I think is good. Accuracy going up is good. IQ not changing, I don't care about. It's already an 86. +0 arm strength, though, that hurts. All right, Marcelo Ray for the heck of it. Yeah, I mean, his arm strength moves a little, accuracy gets better, IQ gets better. Finney. 1 arm strength, 4 accuracy, 77 IQ. I think it's Christian again. I think he's on a shorter leash than he is next season, but like I think Finney's accuracy just started so low that getting it to serviceable is a big fight. Alex Palmer got 4 to strength, 5 to accuracy. That's pretty good. We could have something here in Alex Palmer. All right, let's look at running backs. Oh, brother. Okay, well, Clayton Hartman is the greatest running back in Vanderbilt history, established, at least on this save. Stephen Rudolph got worse in terms of potential, which is rather funny, but his ball carrier vision went up by a lot. Ball security strength. DeAndre Shorter, I am going to redshirt because, to be frank, he has 75 ball security. Need I say more? And if I'm sticking with 3 running backs, I would rather play one of Nehemiah Ruffin or Edwin McNeil more and just get an extra year out of Shorter. Especially because his potential didn't change. It stayed a B. Ruffin's potential got... Oh, my God. Speed 1, ball security 1. Ball carrier vision 3, sure, but, like, I don't care that he got stronger. Like, his strength's only a 78. What's Rudolph's? Yeah, 71. This got -2, which is kind of funny. All right. McNeil, potential got worse. Speed decreased. He became a better catcher, but like I can't play half the game. Maybe I should just play short. No, I can't play shorter. Yeah, that's going to be tough. I think Harmon is obviously one. Based on ratings, Rudolph should be two, but he also had the worst season of any of the three guys I played last year. So do I then just go Ruffin? I don't know. Simpson, his potential improved, his ratings barely did. Brinkley, better ball security, no speed increases, a little bit of strength. Okay. I mean, this kind of hurts, but short old red shirt, and we'll see what happens. All right, wide receiver. Yep, that's about what I expected. Pretty much everyone to get 2, 3. Nothing too crazy. I think we have some interesting red shirt decisions with this group. Obviously, everyone from Fry down is going to red shirt. Whether or not Eduardo Gates plays, his catching didn't move and his speed sucks. Never mind, he's redshirting. So yeah, I'm gonna have 8 wide receivers then, and I'm gonna have 5 guys redshirting. That's kind of funny. Hey, Hudson Weber, who I moved to wide receiver. Pretty good gains. Joe Richardson, the JUCO guy I got there at the end, looking terrible, but it's fine. Then yeah, pretty much everyone just got like marginal iffy gains. Kelvin Eaton might play a bit. Yeah, I think I underestimated how shaky the wide receiver room is going to look now. Because Eaton, he's a good route runner. Sure, he's great, but he's not very quick. He can't catch. Stephen Day is okay physically. Ball skills, he's a little shaky. Gavin Butler is fine. Randy Orr is awesome. Kieran Suero is going for all SEC. Roy Cobb can't catch. In fact, it got worse. Like that, there is an argument to play Eduardo Gates as a true freshman. We'll see how the numbers look on top of each other. Obviously, these 4 are redshirting, but yeah, like it's not a great list. I'm a little worried about the future of our wide receiver position now because Day, Orr, and Suero are all graduating. I have 1 year left of Eaton, but keep in mind, Eaton has 2 whole catches in his career. So, yeah. And none of these guys down here have good potential. We could be in trouble at wide receiver. Tight end. All right. Peyton Porter, better catcher, quicker, slightly better blocker. Perfect. Tristan Montiel is going to redshirt. Oliver Perkins, potential got worse. Better catcher, quicker. I'm cool with that. Christian Venn, much better catcher. All right. No real complaints. Van, his potential went from an A- to an A+. Something to monitor. Offensive line. Oh, yeah. Murphy +10. His blocking strength exploded. Cobb +7. Much better blocker. Stronger. Michael Crockett, folks, +15 pass block, 11 run block. This is a guy who appeared in 5 games last season, and now my 3rd best O lineman. Skylar Casey got much better. Dylan McLeod, the JUCO, got a little better, but I think he's going to drop down the rankings a bit. Stephen Hardy is a worse pass blocker. You're killing me, dude. Eduardo Hicks +6 is nice, but he still can't run block. Patrick Compton is going to redshirt his first JUCO year, I assume. Garrett Miles got a lot better. That's nice. Emerson Anthony didn't move. Come on, man. I mean, I get it. He barely played, but my hope was his numbers will get a little bit better. Dylan Bowman, I think, isn't going to play the entirety of his JUCO career. Malachi Austin, +7, and his potential got better. I like that. +7 run block, 8 pass block. I like that a lot. Mateo Suggs, the converted tight end. His strength got a lot better. Run block by 1. No pass block gains, though. It's a little worrisome. Okay. I like it. I think there's a decent fall off after our starters, but I like that. Kickers. Larson +3. Accuracy up by 3. Power up by 2. Roach +2 to power, +2 to punt accuracy. I think Roach is still my punter. Like, he's getting me 43, 44 yards per punt. I'll take that. There is an argument to moving Larson to punter. He's got 80 and 88 now, but I'd rather just stick with Roach. All right, D-line. Yeah. We're in business. We're good. We're great. Kaplan going up by 6 is beautiful. I'm so mad that I played him for 5 games by accident. Even when I said out loud, I need to make him inactive after the 4th one. So he only played 6 games last year, which sucks. But good gain up by 6. The backup juniors who have been here their whole career, they got good gains. Darren Allen, potential got worse, but 7 strength, 5 block shed. I'll take that. Really good overall. Nicholas Derman's potential going from a B to a C+. It's a little scary. But I like this group a lot. It's a pretty old group, though. Every one of my top 8 are juniors or higher. Stone Nelson, phenomenal. Need I say more? All right, linebacker. This is sneaky. We need a lot of linebacker gains. And we kind of get it. Jefferson Alston by 6. Yeah, he's got quicker and stronger, better tackler, good IQ. That helps. Wyatt Shepard looks good. Hayden Wood looks solid. What a beautiful transfer he's turned out to be, huh? I am a genius. Miles Byron. I'm officially going with Byron. Who we just transferred in. Or no, excuse me. We recruited. Potential up to an A+. 7 to block shed, 6 to pursuit. Looking nice. Aaron Jacob up to an A+. Very good. Yeah, Nathan Hoffman only going up by 1 is fine. I mean, he's still a strength demon. We'll see what linebacker looks like. Corner. Dear God. I mean, this was the concern that I talked about when, guys like McConnell, Combs, Becker don't have good potential. So what you see is essentially what you get. McConnell's overall didn't move. He got a little better in coverage. Combs, a little better in coverage. But, yeah, not much there. Jamison Montiel, the converted safety, he'll probably be ahead of them. Becker, obviously going to redshirt. Same with Beasley, who gets +4. Loses potential. That's okay. But, yeah, I mean, I think at corner, I'm so glad I moved Carrera to corner. Him, Banks, and Rainey are my top 3. I think Boykin didn't get any better in zone, which hurts me a bit. Banks, honestly, might be 4. We'll see. And then one of Bowie or Baird is going to be 5th. Then it's just depth city. All right, safety. Ooh, Nash jumps. Nathaniel Long. Wallace gets better in coverage, much better IQ. Nash, better tackler, better pursuit, much quicker. Yeah, I think he's ahead of Nathaniel Long. So Long's going to drop to third safety. Nash is going to play a lot. Ishmael Allison, potential better, overall better. Maximus Rivera, who's obviously going to redshirt. Okay. Overall, pretty good. QB is disappointing. I think like it's going to be Aaron Christian again, but the question just becomes like how much of a leash do I give him before I just turn it over to Finney? We'll see. All right, let's save and advance the game plan install. So, the other benefit of having a new offensive coordinator is Dennis Potter and I are perfectly aligned in scheme, air raid, and pass heavy. Very good. All right. We're keeping Brady Lowbacks for another year for obvious reasons. Let's advance to the preseason. Took us about an hour to get to the preseason, but we got there. We did indeed get there. I'm glad I remembered to schedule Memphis. I hope Guillermo Small got the job there. It's going to be really sad if I go and look at Memphis and I see that they transferred in like two quarterbacks or something. That would be very depressing. I might cry. Let me check. Just because if I don't right now, I'm going to forget. Oh man. Firstly, his overall didn't change. His arm strength got worse. His accuracy got worse, and his IQ went up by 2. How much did Memphis pay him? 2.5 million. Okay, if you want a perfect example when I say we can't financially go for a transfer quarterback, Guillermo Small threw just over 100 passes with me in 2 years as a backup. He gets paid by Memphis 2.5 million and gets worse. Lord help Memphis. Like, dude, at that point, if I was managing Memphis, I wouldn't play Guillermo. I'd play Leon. I would play Leonardo Burr. See what we have with him, the freshman. Good God, good God, folks. All right, but enough about Memphis. Let's look at us. So, QB. I think Christian right now is the better quarterback. I should play Christian. But I think it's a short leash. And if we're struggling, like, let's look at our schedule really quick. So if let's say we're 2-4 after the Bama game in week 6, I think we shift to Finney. Because realistically, Pitt, Mississippi State, Texas, Memphis are going to be the 4 of the 5 easiest games on our schedule, Arkansas being the 5th. If we don't, like, if Christian struggles through this group, there's no point in playing him against the Bamas, the Auburns, the LSUs, the Georgias of the world. So we'll see. And honestly, I'm not interested in doing the give him 4 games and then redshirting him. That just seems a little silly. Like, I don't think him being a starter in year 3 will do anything. Okay. So Shorter is going to redshirt. Brinkley's going to redshirt at running back. Harmon is number 1. I think on paper, objectively, Stephen Rudolph should be number 2. I am, however, acknowledging he averaged 2.5 yards a carry last year. So we'll see. And then in terms of third, like I think it's Ruffin again, which means McNeil's going to get pissed and threaten to transfer. But I mean, he also struggled last year, so I think this is the order: Harmon, Rudolph, Ruffin, come what may. Wide receiver. All right, so let's redshirt my bottom four, two JUCOs, two recruits. I think the simple question: do we play Eduardo Gates as a true freshman? He has better catching than anyone in the bottom four. I mean, he would be our wide receiver five over Eaton because 90 versus 87 route running, like, I think that's worth it. He's just not very quick. That's Gates' problem. He has 75 speed. There's almost an argument to be made that Roy Cobb should be like our number five wide receiver, but his terrible route running and barely better catching kind of scares me. I think Buchanan and Cobb are 6 and 7, and I think I'm going to play Eduardo Gates as a true freshman. I think we're going to throw the 4-star wide recruit out there and see what he can do. So Eaton is 6, Gates is 5. I think Day is 4. He's just kind of going to be awkwardly sandwiched there. And look, this is a guy who had one target last season, and now he is our 4th wide receiver. What a time to be alive. Should he be our 5th? No. He's a better catcher, more quick than Gates. Better evasion. Yeah. Day is 4. I really should have tried to bring in a wide receiver transfer, but so be it. Yeah, Butler is 3. And then, yeah, Suero 1 or 2. This is a fascinating group of receivers. Like my 4, 5, and 6 are guys that either weren't on the team or didn't really play last year. My backups are Roy Cobb, who was targeted once, and Rylan Buchanan, who was never on the field. Here we are. Here we stand. I'm scared. Tight end, 2 tight ends. Montiel is going to redshirt. Porter 1. I feel like Perkins 2, but Van, I mean, his potential skyrocketed and he became a much better catcher. I almost want to throw Van out there over Perkins to see like if we can get Van some playing time and what'll happen. Because it's tight end too. He's barely going to play. Peyton Porter obviously is our number 1, the transfer from New Mexico. Okay, O-line. So we have some decisions to make. First things first is, do I redshirt Patrick Compton or do I play him? He has 65 pass block and 75 strength. He redshirts. Very simple decision. And then I think our best backups are going to be Suggs and Bowman. Emerson Anthony, like mid 70s and everything, doesn't really help me. So he's 11. Austin is 12. Now let's figure out everything else. Alan Murphy is 1. Cobb is 2. Crockett, who played in 5 games last year, is 3. Casey's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. I think McLeod is definitely ahead of Harvey. Hicks or Miles? Think I would go Hicks, though the utter lack of run blocking does kind of scare me a little. Yeah, I think I'm going to flip that. Miles can be 7, the converted tight end. Hicks is 8. Do I want Suggs over Hicks? Not really. I mean, Suggs is also a converted tight end, and he only had 2 pancakes and 2 sacks allowed in 10 games last year. So, yeah, I think that's my O-line group. I definitely want 8. I don't want to increase it or decrease it. I think 8's a good number. All right, defensive line. The list pretty much makes itself. Stone Nelson is 2. I think Townsend is 1. I would rather have a guy who's a much better tackler, a little bit stronger, than a guy who's a little bit of block shed and much better pursuit. I think Townsend is 1, Nelson's 2, Welch is 3. I am rewarding his insane production last year. 38 tackles, 14 for a loss, 5 sacks, 8 pressures. Come on. Felipe Clark, I think did similarly well. He's 4. Jose Kaplan is 5 with 100 tackling, 97 strength. Campaign, not to be confused with a basketball player, 6. I think that's the list. Actually, I'll play Clark ahead of Welch. I think that's my list. That's my 6. And then I think give me Russo over Riddle. Who knows? Maybe Russo will finally make an appearance, as will Riddle. We'll see. Man, I don't know why the AI recruited this guy. All right. Linebacker. So I think we redshirt Sherman, redshirt Miles. Wood is 1. Cameron Hughes is 2. I think those 2 are pretty much set in stone. I think the fight is 3 through 6. This is kind of wide open. Shepard, best block shedder amongst them, strongest with exception of Hoffman. Tackling those only an 82. I think there's an argument for Alston. And I think Shepard ahead of him. Brandon McHugh, who just has not played ever. And he hilariously finds himself in the starting ranks. Even though he shouldn't really be, I don't think. Nathan Hoffman, who we redshirted last season. Do I like him more than Alston? Stronger, better tackler, but a lot worse in coverage. Nah. All right, so Wood, Hughes, Shepard, Alston, Hoffman. I think Matthew Hussein plays over McHugh. Like McHugh, he has no pass coverage ability. He can't shed a block. He can tackle, sure, but so can Hussein. So I think he's 7, and then just this order is this order. All right. Corner. Now this is where the fun begins, to quote Anakin Skywalker in the 4th best Star Wars film ever made. All right, this is going to suck. So Carrera and Banks are 1 and 2. Also, shout out Angel Banks. Just having terrible potential, but keeps getting better, keeps playing. What a guy. They're 1 and 2. Rainey is 3. for the coverage ability, and he can kind of tackle. Boykin, great in man coverage, better in zone. Yeah, so he's 4. Now, let us all look at 5 through 9 in very comparable players. So, if I want the best coverage guy, I think it's either Baird or Montiel. If I want who I think the best well-rounded guy is, I think it's Baird. Because the problem with Connor Bowie is his zone coverage is a 70, but he's quick. He's got really good man coverage. He has no IQ whatsoever. Montiel gets me a good guy in coverage, can't really tackle. He's also quite slow. So I do kind of worry about that. McConnell and Combs, I think, need better development. I hope they get it. I don't know if they will. But I think that's where I'm at. I am tempted to go to 6 corners. I think I will. I'm going to go to 6 corners. My argument being, outside of Carrera and Banks, I don't have a really top corner that I want to carve out snap percentage for. So let's assume, for the purpose of the argument, Baird is 5. Combs McConnell will not play. So then, or should McConnell play? No. That 95 speed, 86 man of Connor Bowie is calling to me like the Green Goblin mask. I think for now we're going Baird, Montiel, Bowie, McConnell, Combs. And then these 3 guys all redshirt. We'll check back on that. Safety, the list is the list. Wallace 1, Nash 2, Long 3, Allison off the bench. Kicker is Larson. Punter is Roach. Return man, they want to give it to Harmon. My problem with Harmon, and he's not quick, he's not evasive. I would rather that than a guy with great ball carrier vision, I think. Randy Orr was a returner for a little bit and did not do particularly well. 15 yards, kick return, 6.1 punch. So I think it's going to be him. Do I give it to Suero? He's never done it before. I think let's start with Suero, but Harmon can be number 2. And I think Buchanan number 3 instead of Orr. So that's the depth chart. Areas of concern, I think we're still at quarterback. Looking scary. I think our wide receiver room is worse than I anticipated. And tight end, obviously, we're 1 injury away from having the worst tight end room in the country. And I don't think that's hyperbole. But that is my depth chart. I like it. I think our most injury worrisome positions, I think, are running back and corner. Like if the top 2 guys at either of those positions go down, we're a little scared. A lot of how this season goes will be put squarely on Clayton Harmon's shoulders, I think. All right. So now let us auto sim through practice and auto assign the trainings. Okay, recruiting. So let's look at the pie charts. Right now, in terms of seniors, I have 19 seniors, which is a pretty big number for me, 27 juniors. So I think this year needs to be a big recruiting class. because I'm losing. Obviously, I'll transfer in guys and whatnot, but I'm losing 46 players over 2 years, so essentially half my team. And I have no freshmen starting this year for the first time, really ever. Wait a minute. But Gates is there. Oh, that's an estimate because I haven't played it down yet. Okay, so ignore that. Ignore the starter thing for now because that's an estimate. Um, but yeah, I think this is the year we go heavy. So we need a big class. I also really want to look for Tennessee kids. Like I have 10 Tennessee kids on my roster right now. 10. I need more. I need more. In terms of the roster breakdown, okay, that makes it a little hard to see. So I'm losing 10 O linemen over the next couple years. Quite a few running back. Yeah. All right. Let's go position by position. So I'm going to look at quarterback. However, I think it would need to be a top quarterback. And odds are those guys aren't interested in Vandy. But I'll take a look. Running back. I like our young guys, Simpson and Brinkley. I think they could. I think Brinkley I like more. Simpson having 66 ball security hurts, but all top five of these guys are juniors. Shorter will redshirt, obviously, but I think running back is a position to look at. I think we do need to bring in a wide receiver, either top or high potential. Because, I mean, I'm playing guys that never played last year, and all my red shirts beside Weber have terrible potential. So that needs to get blown up. Tight end, I think we might be okay if Perkins or Vaughn get really good offseason gain. Montiel is going to be in my tight end room for 2 more years after this, Porter for 1. I think we're okay. O-line, yes. It is my personal rule in this game. No matter how good your O-line is, no matter how young it is, no matter how deep it is, always, always, always look at O-line. Kicker, I think we're fine. Larson's going to be here for 3 more seasons. So the time to look for a kicker, if I recruit as a junior, yeah, the time to look for a kicker will be next season. D-line, we're pretty young in terms of our depth, but every single starter is a junior or above. So we will need D-line help. Yeah, because I guess I only have 2 guys in my D-line redshirting, right? Yeah. So D-line, I think, is 1. Linebacker, similarly to D-line, but, I mean, Sherman's redshirting. Miles is redshirting. I think Miles could legitimately become a future top linebacker if he figures out his physicals. Pretty young at the position. I think a linebacker specifically, because who's graduating? Hughes, Alston, McHugh, who's not really playing. I think linebacker, a lesser need, but still there. Corner, we're losing Banks, Rainey, and Boykin. So my cornerback room next year is Carrera and then a bunch of unproven freshmen who will then be sophomores. So I think corner, what we don't need is a high potential young kid. What we need is a top recruit. And then safety, I think Cade Nash is going to be like our number 1 safety for the next 2 years after Wallace graduates. I got some young guys. I think we're good. So needs I've written down: QB, running back, wide receiver, O-line on offense. Defense is D-line, linebacker, corner. I think our biggest need is QB, wide receiver is a sneaky one, and then D-line. So all of that said, let's look at recruiting. View recommended targets. Talk to me. Oh, dear God. What's your potential? A-, get in the building. No. What's your potential? A plus. Get in the building. JUCO linebacker isn't really what we need. What's your potential? Get in the building. Safety, I don't care. Safe. Actually, you're an athlete. B minus potential is ugly. I'll let Georgia fight for you. What's your potential? No, no, no. God, this is a grim list. What's your potential? Folks, we're in trouble. So he's an athlete that they have a QB. That's not bad. I wish the potential was higher. Maybe it is. Is it a lie? No, it's real. I'll add him to the list. I don't love it though. A minus potential, but his blocking is going to be so terrible. I mean, sure. Spears, what's your potential? C minus. No. All right. JUCO wide receiver, I definitely want to take a look at. Now I'm just seeing if anyone has good potential. Okay. So I like all 5 of these guys. Couple of linemen who one is a hidden gem, A minus potential. The other one I think is just going to be really well rounded. Running back Lucas McIntosh. I really want to see what that speed and ball carry vision look like, but he has A plus potential. Shane Spicer, JUCO linebacker, he definitely play year 1. Really good. And then Aiden Page, JUCO speed demon at wide receiver. Come on. What's the interest? 67. That's pretty low. Spicer an 82, Mitchell 83, McIntosh 81, and Powers 81. Okay. Now, let us look exclusively quarterback. Top recruits. Anyone want to come to Vandy? Answer, not really. We do have an 80, but he is very interested in elsewhere. What if I just look at interest, please? 1 star 87. Now we're talking. JUCO, 1 star A potential. I think I'll let a smaller school go for him. JUCO, do I really need? Like, I think honestly, I don't want a JUCO because then if I get a JUCO, then that means Finney is just never going to play because there's no value in getting a JUCO, redshirting him year 1 while Finney plays, just to have Finney be replaced by a JUCO in year 2 because then I'm only getting 1 year out of a JUCO. So JUCO does not help. It's recruit. So he has 95 interest in Notre Dame. Yeah, have fun, dude. Why? He cares a lot about school prestige and stadium atmosphere. I have neither of those things. Yeah. Our school prestige being a D plus is really what's keeping us from these guys. I don't there's not really a top QB here that I can hang my hat on. There's so many JUCO guys also. Oh, I clicked overall, not recruit rating. Whoops. I mean, maybe I go for Milton, but is that worth the fight? I'll add him to the list, but I don't know. And points ahead initial contact. I mean, it's going to be young guys and then I'm aware that said F plus IQ. Leave me alone. Huh. We're only 150 points on this kid. He's from Cali. He's interested in one California school. It's kind of funny. Is there any QB that I'm just ahead on right now that really wants to come to Vandy? No. Dylan Anderson's the closest. Enrique Blair, I mean, he has B plus potential, but his ratings are bad. I already have a guy like him in my room. I'm good. Ooh, Finley, C plus arm strength, B minus accuracy, C minus IQ. That could be worth a shout, you know. All right, so I think those are the 5 QBs I'll look at for now. And then I'll send them all to camp, and that'll be my 10 camp visits. So that's QB. Just for the heck of it, do any 5 stars want to come to my school? Yeah, the tight end who. It's the one position I literally do not care about. But there are a couple 5 stars that like I could go for. Brody Lemon is one. I mean, he's got good everything. I might as well. I don't really care about the 5-star tight end. Like his D plus potential also. Like that's not worth the fight. I think that's it. All right, we'll drop from 5 to 4. I think my goal also with this recruiting class is just not to go for 2-star guys because I'm tired of that hurting my recruiting ranking. Like on a fundamental level, I am sick of it. All right. 4 stars, tight ends. See, the tight ends, they all want to come to me because if they care about playing time, they're going to get it. Because my tight end room is terrible. Terrible right now. Ooh, Lucas. Oh, he's already on my list. Duh. Sean Shaw is a great name. Add him to the list. No, I don't really. Actually, I might need a JUCO. I'll look at Snyder. I'll look at Hester. All right, that'll be the running back list. Wide receiver. I like him. I like him. Yeah, the interest isn't great. I'm noticing. JUCO, 80 overall, speed, demon. Yeah, not a lot of top wide receivers want to come to Vandy. Probably because they know correctly that I have a decent running back room. I think looking at those 3 should be enough. Tight end, I don't care about. O-line, D-line. I might as well keep 5-star checked, just on the off chance. Ooh, why does your strength have to be a 64, man? If that was even in the high 60s, I could swing it. He has A block shed, B tackling, decent IQ. I'll add him to the list just so he's there, but F potential wants to be a star. Get out. Souza, no. Dawson, no. Bonner, no. Bond, no. Hidden gem, sure. This is a depressing list of defensive linemen. Ooh. I'll need to see what the strength is on McLaughlin. Good God. You ever just look at numbers and you're like, good Lord, that's me. Lucas Cummings, I mean, he's probably not going to be very good, but I'll have the list. All right, linebacker isn't a huge list of needs, but I will take a gander. Yeah, it's the lemon spicer. I might as well just try to get those guys and hope for the best. Alejandro Chu, I'll add him, but like his coverage is awful. He's not very strong, so I can't move him to linebacker, or I can't move him to D line. A lot of it's just depressing. Okay, and then corner. So this specifically, I think, would need to be one of the top corners. And the problem is those guys are not at all interested in coming to Vandy. That is the crux. What if I took 3 stars away? Fourth, fifth. We are 800 points behind. To the JUCO Julian Turner. I mean, going after JUCO corner, this is the year to do it because I'm losing 3 corners. So Braden Cross is so good, but he has 0 interest in me. 51. D playing time. He plays a true freshman. What do you mean, game? Add to the list. 1,200 behind on JUCO Jalen Lane. I would rather go for Julian Turner. I think I have a better chance. Okay, so that is my list. 24 names. Let me sort them by overall really quick. Just so I can give these guys the best pitches I can to the really good ones. Then after that, we are going to look at Tennessee. So I don't see a lot. Hey, kid from Indy. I don't see a lot of Memphis, Tennessee there. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, only 3 kids from Tennessee on this list. 2 are from Memphis. And whether that's actually in Tennessee or not, I will leave up to the Tennesseans. So let's look at Tennessee. Tennessee, interest. Just give me guys that really want to come here. D lineman, he's already on my list. Irving, I don't even know where I'd play you. D line, yeah, no. F potential, no. Jesus 1? No way. I mean, come on. Come on, come on, come on. For the thumbnail alone, I have to do it. Get him in the building. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Jesus 1 is outrageous. Jeffrey Waller, safety. I would move him to corner, but he has 96 interest in Georgia, and he's from Tennessee. That's just not fair. So I'm not even going to try. A guy being named Jesus 1 is outrageous. That is hilarious. Either random chance or the developer sending a message. I like DeAndre Phillips if his pass block wasn't a 54. Like, I'll add him to the list. That gets me how many O linemen? 4? It's a big group, but it's not crazy. Hannah wants to be a star. No. Like, Adon Short, I would rather go after than Phillips. Because with short, he has much better potential. Strength is the exact same. So I think I'll flip those two. Yeah, there's not a lot of Tennessee. There's just not a lot of Tennessee kids in the database. Enrique Blair, like, he's not good. That's the thing. I would love to get him, but he's not good. Chu, I'm already looking at. Sloan. I'll add Sloan to the list, but my fear with Sloan is if the speed is, let's say, a 70 and the mun coverage is about the same, then he's just a high 60s, low 70s everything guy with C plus potential. That's not really going to get you anywhere. Watkins can't catch. Bernard is bad. McDaniel is already on my list, but the more I look at it, I'm like, should he be on my list? 62 strength or speed, forget about it. Julian Gray. I'll add him. I don't feel good about it. Yeah, there's not a lot of Tennessee kids. That's 26 Tennessee kids, 3 stars or above. So, all right, that'll be my list. 28 names for now. I've sent the ones to camp that I want. We are going to advance 1 week. All right. Let me now auto practice and auto train. Okay. First things first. Do I know everyone's potential? These guys I don't. All right. Well, I think it was about 10 names. I'll just scout yours. C. I have one camp invite left. I will send. Man, I'm behind on Sloan. I'll send Sloan to camp. Okay. So those guys are visiting camp, so I'll find out their overalls later. Let's look at the QBs. Because obviously I'm not going after 5 quarterbacks. All right, so Evan English. I'll scout you one more time. Wow, that didn't tell me anything. No. So English is out. I think of these 4, obviously, Jamari Milton, I don't think we get. Let's be honest. We're 880 points behind. I think I'll try for him, but he's on a separate level than these 3. So it's Fry, Newsom, and Finley. Finley has the benefit of being loyal, so he won't transfer if he doesn't play. Let me just scout each of these guys. Fry, I think I'm out on. The arm strength is nice, but I mean, I still don't even know what it is. Screw it. Yeah, no, like 55 IQ is just too low. Like that's too low. So I think Fry's out. Newsom versus Finley. Finley 78-77 versus Newsom 77-68. Finley has a higher IQ. Done. So those are the 2 quarterbacks I think we look at. Milton, who obviously true freshman day 1, he's a starter. Finley, depth guy. Whoops. I think those are the 2 QBs that we're going to take a look at. What's the difference in interest? 4 less in Tulane. What's the big decider? And he cares a little bit about playing time, college life. Tulane has me beat. Okay. Milton, I mean, look, it'd be great to get him, we'll see. I imagine that after the summer, we'll know if, you know, that's even an option. All right, so I burned all of my scouting, which is kind of rough. Yeah, I don't really want to look at running back until after I know these guys' potential. McIntosh, I mean, look, he has A plus potential. So unless Sean Shaw has like, I would say B plus or above, it's going to be McIntosh. And then Snyder or Hester will be a debate between the two. Three wide receivers, honestly, just might be what I need anyway. Like Aiden Page would play day one. Doherty, Mohia, waiting on them. Did I even look at any tight ends? No. All right, O line, I'm looking at four, and they're all recruits. Mitchell, A minus potential, hidden gem. Powers, A minus potential. Jesus one, tremendous, but it looks like he's going to be the worst of the bunch. Oh no. I mean, I like all of them really. I think I'll give like good pitches to these two, and these guys I'll just do target and such. I think really a Don Short is also the odd man out, but we'll see. Kicker didn't look anybody. 4 D linemen. I'm waiting on one potential. McLaughlin from Mount Zion. Can you imagine if Jesus one was from Mount Zion? My God. The jokes would write themselves. All right, McLaughlin's out. Gist? I'm calling him Gist. Gist of it. He doesn't look great. 79 block shed, 62 strength, though. Zachary Case. Like, no. I mean, sure, he's got 89 block shed and he's going to be good at tackling, but if his strength is bad, he has F plus potential, so that's not going to get any better. What's the interest in Notre Dame from Cummings? Less than us. I don't like any of it. The D line rooms have been terrible as of late. McDaniel, we're out. Chew, I like. Spicer, I mean, I'm waiting on Lemon. I mean, it looks like Lemon is going to be better than Spicer, but Spicer has 93 IQ. I doubt he would play year one, though, whereas Lemon obviously would. And then Chew just looks solid. So we'll see about that. I'm looking at no safety, so corner's the last group. Turner, obviously, we're going to go for. Mine as well. Julian Gray, not to be confused with Dorian. Looks good. I mean, he doesn't look good. He's good in man coverage and he's quick, but Sloan might get me that and be more well rounded. I haven't even looked at Braden Cross yet, though I figure we're not going to go for Cross. But we'll see. Whoops. All right, I have 2 pitches remaining. Let me just do my furthest behind on. Okay. All right, I've already burned all my scouting for this week, so I'm not going to bother adding anyone more. I think that'll be next week. So let's advance. I think we're going to advance and we're going to look at D-line again. All right. All right, I should know everyone's potential now. Oh, Sean Shaw's a D. Dang, he has a great name too, but he's out. Mojia's an F. Oh, that hurts. Okay, hold on. So running back. Actually, let's just go through again. So quarterback, looks like Tulane's going to give us a fight for Finley, but I think it's still worth going for him. Milton, let me get a close to full scout. So without question, he's our starter day one. The question is it worth it going for him when the interest is only 78? Notre Dame is 95 interest, Washington's 92. They're going to have a lot more money to spend on the kid. I think we're going to keep pushing and maybe get some visits scheduled, but I want to get Milton in for an early visit, I think, just to see. All right, running backs. I mean, the issue is essentially solved itself. McIntosh, we're looking at. And then Snyder, let me scout him. I mean, Snyder, I think, is more ready now. I think it's Hester. Yeah, I mean, Hester gets me higher potential also. Yeah, so I think these are the two running backs we go to, both with A plus, very good potential. Hester would probably be our second running back. McIntosh, red shirts for a year, plays as a freshman. I like that. All right, wide receivers. So Mejia's off the list. F plus, can't do it. So that leaves me with Aiden Page for JUCO, Doherty. Yeah, and then he's gonna get great, and then they'll both get great pitches. I think that's two. I think that. I think if we get both Page and Doherty, my feeling about our wide receiver room is so much better. Offensive line. Jesus one has good potential, folks. So I think Mitchell, definitely. Powers has good potential. I think it doesn't make sense to go after both Jesus one and Adon Short. I say this objectively as Adon is better, but like the guy's name is Jesus one. What do you want from me? So I'll send him to camp just to use one of the spots. And just do like a good pitch for Mitchell. All right, that's O-line. D-line. No. I'm out on Cummings. I don't care what your pursuit is. I think Zachary Case, I mean, like, I don't think either of these guys are going to be very good. I'll send them both to camp to get the points for it, but I think we need to go looking for D lineman a little bit. Linebacker, I'll send Chew to camp. And then I can't go after both Lemon and Spicer. I think it doesn't make a lot of sense to do it. I think Lemon has better potential, higher overall. What's the interest? 82. Spicer, 82 also, but he's 94 in Brent State. Yeah, Spicer's off the list. We're going in. We're going in on a 5-star. Brody Lemon. I am trying to snipe the best JUCO linebacker in Georgia from Georgia. That's going to be the fight, I think. And then corner, Cross, D plus wants to be a star. We're far behind on him. No. Gray, send him to camp. And then, oh, wow, I can schedule a visit with Turner. What's the interest for Turner? 57. It's terrible. Sloan's is much better. I think I'm out on Sloan. Turner. I mean, the question is, do I think he'll be better than some of the young freshmen that'll play after a year? which, like, I don't know. I can schedule a visit with him. So, I think I might as well go for him. Um, I'll have him because it looks like it'll be a close fight. You, my friend, can come to the Auburn game. Congrats. Am I behind on anyone? No. Okay. So now my list is only 15. So I need the list to be bigger. I think I want to look at D lineman again exclusively. And I don't have any scouting points to use. So a lot of this is going to be off the cuff. I'll look at Uriel, even though I saw his physicals were terrible. McDaniel, excuse me, could be interesting. Do I take another look at Lucas Cummings? I don't know if I want to. Actually, I'll add him to the list to get a natural passive scout just to see what his strength is. Yeah, I mean, there is not a lot here. Do I want to even try for the New York kid? Or excuse me, the Arizona kid. Where did I see New York? Yeah, it's not a good D-line group. All right, we'll look at everybody. James Shaw, D plus, ball security, very good. Like Case, I mean, F plus potential is just hard to get around, I think. Clayton, I'll look at, though. I already have my two running backs I really like, so we'll see. Shout out to Jesus One. Oh, boy. I mean, you're a safety who's quick but can't cover. Shrug. I'll look at the tight end, I guess. Anyone with A potential that I missed? Simon Queen, 3-star at Illinois. All right. All right. So adding those 8 gets me up to 23. And then I have camp spots available to almost everyone. So I'll just give the pitches I can. All right. One more preseason period as we get into summer number 2. I fear that the preseason expectation for my AD is going to be 6 wins. But we'll see. All right. Here we go again. Quarterback. Nothing new has changed. Milton, 82, 80, 79. It's I mean, look, we're gonna try for Milton because I think he's good enough that it's worth going for. I think that's pretty much where I'm at. Let me look at running backs here. Oh, Clayton sucks. He wants to be a star also. What's his speed? 68. Never mind. All right, I can schedule a visit with Hester. A&M, are we at home? No, we must not play him. Dang. Let us do. I want an early visit, like against Memphis. Don't think so. I'm at Auburn. And then he'll get an ace pitch. You can just get a great one, McIntosh. All right. Wide receiver. I'm down to these 2. Ooh, Doherty wants to schedule. Mississippi State is an interested school. I'm gonna do it, even though it's early. I think if we lose, we're essentially out on Doherty, and then we need to pivot. I think that's pretty much where we're at there. Looks like it's going to be a fight with Kentucky for Aiden Page. Kentucky, why do you care about this Cali kid? So says the guy in a Tennessee school. It's fine. I skipped tight end there by accident. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go for all three of these guys. To be clear, the only reason I'm going for this guy is his name is Jesus One, and that is hilarious. Feel like I don't have to explain myself as to why. Georgia Tech did a camp visit for him, though, and he's from Tennessee. All right. There's not a lot of Tennessee kids. Welch. Let me scout him once. I lied twice. I mean, it's going to be an automatic commit. No other schools are interested in him. I'll redshirt him year one, and then he can be like my backup tight end for 3 years or for 2 years. I'll take it, I suppose. All right, D line. This is just depressing. Um, I'll send these guys both to camp just to get the points out of it. Cummings. I think I'm out, man. Hopkins. I'd rather go for Case. Yeah, and then Gist and Case we will still go for. Linebacker. Obviously Lemon. Ooh, looks like Mizzou wants Alejandro Chu in the building. Yeah, I think Brody Lemon, like, if we can get him, I'm feeling so much better about the state of my defense next season. Corners. I think I shouldn't go for all three of these guys because I'm behind similarly on all of them. I don't think I need three. So I think Julian Turner I should definitely go for because even though his potential's bad, he would walk in to the cornerback room. He's got great coverage, good speed. I don't really care that he can't tackle. So do I want to go for Julian Gray, who, I mean, I think Simon Queen's the move, but Julian is from Tennessee. Got worse potential, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think either of them are going to be great. I just don't think there's a huge point in going for both of them because they'll run into each other's way. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Queen. He'll get my last ace pitch. And then the safety, Dominic Boswell. I mean, he's just quick, can't really tackle, can't cover, but okay potential. No one else is going for him. That feels okay. All right, let's look at everybody. So, in terms of rating, I am going after 2 5 stars. I think I have a chance to get Lemon. I highly doubt I'll get Milton, but I think it's worth it to at least try. And then the rest are 4-star, 3-star. I'm not going after any 2 stars this year. I'd like to avoid that if I could. What I will now do QBs from Tennessee. Give me the list. By God, it's the ones. Let me get a full scout on Navarro. So he's a 1-star quarterback, A potential, low 60s and everything. I don't think that's worth it even for the bit. I don't think it is. Yeah, 1-star. I mean, Blair, like he's a Tennessee kid. I'll add him to the list out of the kindness of my heart. Tennessee's kids that want to come to me that I don't already know your potential. Brian Best. I mean, since allegedly now I'm looking at tight ends. I'll add a couple of the guys. Adon Short. You know what? Why not? Let's at least go for the Tennessee kid. See what happens. Let's look at Leicester. See what happens. And then I will invite all of them to camp. I'm not going to schedule a visit with Adon Short. Actually, no. Let's say we're going for him. Do I play Kentucky at home? Nope. Nor do I play Ole Miss this year. That's rough. You know what? Let's just build out this Auburn game. Why not? All right. So I am lighting essentially 4 camp visits on fire, but I think that's okay. All right, let us advance. Congratulations, everyone. We have made it through the preseason. High fives all around. 4 games, dude. This AD, I love him. I mean, we should. All right, 1 negotiation remaining. You want to change a goal? Diamond, convert a minimum of 40% of third downs. 40. Last year we were 36. Year 1, 43. That feels doable. What's the other things he wants? Win against Arkansas, Mississippi State, and Tennessee. Okay, that's not happening. And then score 33 points in 1 game. So that's essentially a question of, do we think I can beat Memphis by 33? Or rather, do we think I can score 33 on Memphis? The team defense, that's obviously not happening. I think I'll stick with the 30%. Okay. Edward Blake, hold at least 3 opponents to 170 rush yards or fewer. That might be tough. Sack the QB 27 times. Last year, we had 36 sacks. Year 1, 27. So that is something we've done back-to-back years. Or do I want to take essentially the guaranteed $1 million by forcing 2 fumbles? Win 3 conference games, I think, is fine. I think let's go for the sacks. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so yeah, let me advance. Before I do anything, let me just take a quick look at the D-line potentials. Now I'm thinking about it. Uriel's a B-. Same with McDaniel. Let me just scout them each twice. I don't like either of them. I think I like McDaniel a little bit more, but do I like him more than Gist? Not really. Nah, I'm out. Well, that sorted itself out pretty quickly. I mean, Blair just, like, I get it. He's a Tennessee kid. He's never going to play. And I don't think getting too. I mean, they're both loyal, so they both just sit on my, nah, I'm not on Blair. Okay. The rest of the recruiting stuff I can do later. So, off season, done and dusted. We currently sit, talk to me, 72nd in the country in offensive talent with an 81, 33rd in defense with an 84. Okay, slightly terrifying that. Here is our schedule. Week 1 at Pitt, then SEC play home against Mississippi State and ranked at the moment Texas, home to Memphis, at ranked South Carolina, home to Bama, at Arkansas, then at Tulane for our last out of conference game in week 9, and 4 SEC games to close. Home against ranked Auburn, at LSU, home to Georgia, home Tennessee. I think, last year we won 5 games and made a bowl. If we have to win 6 games, I think again, we need to go 3-0 and out of conference and then 3 SEC wins. I think Mississippi State is winnable. Arkansas is winnable. LSU is winnable. Everything else, we might get our teeth mashed in. As far as where that all puts us in the SEC, we have the second lowest offense in terms of talent. Ole Miss is worse. Defense, though, looks like we're pretty middle of the pack with an 84. I'll take it. We're ranked 51st. 51st? Wow. 51st, I should say, to open the year. So that means, if we start 4-0 with an upset win over Texas, we could be knocking on the ranked door. That will be interesting to see. I think we have a lot of interesting storylines coming into this season. A lot of recruiting stuff. I'm going after 5-star players, folks, to see what shakes out. But I thank you all for watching. Transfer portal, I know we didn't get the O-lineman we wanted, which is a shame. Lost them by 3 points to Northwestern. What can you do? But I think, this is an interesting season for us. We have similar questions to what we did last year at quarterback. Our running back room is better. O-line room's better. Defense, we'll see. And an SEC gauntlet of a schedule. Long may it rain. Thank you all for watching. Next episode that will be up on the channel will be a Colorado Rockies rebuild. Hopefully tomorrow, the 5th. And then next week, we will be back at it with this series where we will play year 3 at Vanderbilt. And I'm not looking to jump ship. So we're here for the long haul. Let's see what we can do. But I thank you all for watching. See you next time.